Welcome back. Our next guest has toured the world, won many awards, sold millions of records and had a #1 album. But now, in his latest song, he's turning his attention to our oceans and the threats they face. Let's take a listen.
Is that a blue sky? Is that a blue sky? It's about damn time, yeah. It's about damn time. Is that a blue sky? Is that a blue sky? It's about damn time, yeah. It's about damn time.
I'm pleased to welcome Dan Smith to the studio, of course, the frontman of indie pop band Bastille. Very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us.
Morning. Thanks for having me.
So, firstly, I hope you don't get seasick, because that was not just like in a calm lake. You were right out in the middle of the Bermuda Triangle.
In the middle of the Bermuda Triangle, yeah, in the Sargasso Sea. I'd actually never been out on a boat other than a ferry. I'd never been on a boat like that before, right out in the deep sea. It's a relatively small boat as well. It's called the washing machine, or it's nicknamed the washing machine because it both does that and it doesn't have a keel, so it does that as well. I had to learn a lot about boat life. It was new to me.
Well, so talk us through, so why were you there on the boat recording this particular? Give us the backstory here.
So Greenpeace are running a campaign to try and protect the deep oceans. And there is an international treaty that's been agreed upon by loads of governments that basically needs to go through Parliament in the UK, so whoever the next government is, it's there, it's ready, it's some positive action. It basically is, there's an open letter to ask our people in power to just speed it up. It's there, it's done, it's agreed upon. 60 countries need to make it into law for it to become international law, and it will basically protect the oceans, which are our greatest defence against climate change. Which seems really easy, because often, it's just such a distant, massive problem. I think so many of us are looking for ways, big and small, to be useful and to make some positive action. Anyway, so Greenpeace invited me onto the boat to sort of learn a bit about the sea, learn about their campaign, meet loads of the people that live and work on the boat and work in the ocean, to see the sea, and also to perform this song. So that's kind of how it came about.
More specifically, talk to us a bit about the Sargasso Sea, because it's a spot in the world that's so rich with marine life. It's quite incredible.
It really is. It's this kind of like floating forest of sargassum, which is a seaweed that is sort of responsible for loads of the oxygen in the environment. And this whole campaign, to me, who's obviously not an expert, just seems like quite an easy ask of everyone. It's to sign this open letter. It feels like a real positive step to protect this like amazingly diverse environment out at sea and the deep oceans. I don't think I quite comprehended, obviously, so much of the Earth is the ocean, but like how important it is to the health of the world that we all need.
And the song that you're singing there, this is a song you've never released before. It's new.
Yeah.
Tell us about the sort of wording and the thought behind the lyrics.
So it's about Edvard Munch, the painter, and I guess his relationship with his mental health and with depression, and how for him, it's a very difficult way to live, being that depressed, but equally it enabled him to create these amazing works of art that have resonated around the world. So I guess the song's kind of from his perspective, and it's about, having been through a really tough time and seeing a sort of like little break of light and a bit of optimism. And I think, Greenpeace heard the song and felt like it sort of spoke to this campaign. And I think just how loads of us feel about the state of the world and about climate change. I think we all want to see like progress and change in a positive way on a big and small scale.
Dan Smith from Bastille, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. Well worth checking out the song and the reason for why it was sung where it was. But do stay with us here on Sky News Breakfast. Lots more still to come, and after the break we will